Hooray! Let's see. All right. Right back. Lay down. Stop. Ricky, what are you doing over there, buddy? You gonna cause trouble? I see you. What are you doing? He's like, dude, mow this lawn. Yeah, the owner of the house. Turn that volume down. The owner of the house hasn't. He left behind a gas mower, but he took with him his awesome electric mower, which I told him, well, shit, I'll just buy another mower. He's like, no, don't buy another mower. I'll buy another one. And he hasn't gotten around to it yet, and it's just annoying me because I want to mow the lawn. So I have a ton of parts that need to be dealt with here. All kinds of stuff. Probably put on some gloves. I'm gonna put Ricky back inside in a little bit because he'll just wander off and get in trouble. What are you doing, Bubba? Come here. What are you doing? We're running around. Oh, he's down in the grass. Rolling. Good boy. Get your roll on, dog. So check him out. What are you doing, buddy? What's up? He always hides somewhere and is probably trying to find some cat poop or something like that. Hey, buddy. What are you doing? Come on. Come here, Papa. Let's go in the house. That's a good boy. Hey, Ricky. Get in there. Let me give you a snack. All right. Now you go chill. All right. So, dog break is over. So, what I'm doing today is I've taken apart the let's see. Yeah, he does love the long grass. So brake calipers, 2 of them, 1 for each side on the front here. They were both seized up, so I took them apart and rebuilt them. Rebuilt the master cylinder, and I've got new parts for all of this, so I'm just kind of sorting through it all, grabbing all the parts that we're going to need. Not those, not those, yes, these. Alright, so brake hose we'll get to later. Right now I'm just kind of rebuilding the actual calipers proper. The rebuild kit will have a lot of these parts, like these pins that go through and hold everything, hold the brake pads in place. These were the old brake pads. They are actually, I mean, they're not in terrible condition, but they're worn as hell, so I'm not gonna bother to reuse them. I don't need that. I'll keep that in case I need something to poke with. But I have new brake pads, 2 sets of those. This is a kit for rebuilding this guy. I have 2 of these. This is I have 2. This is the good one. I bought an entirely new master cylinder, brake master cylinder, because the brake lever on mine was broken, and this guy, and I went on eBay to buy one of these, and they were selling them for 30 bucks a piece, and I found a guy who had the entire operation for 18, so I was just like, oh, I'll take that instead. So I have an extra master cylinder if I need it. So this is the rebuild kit for the master cylinder. This is the rebuild kit for the calipers, and these are the brake pads. These are the bolts that hold the calipers to the caliper brackets. There's that. So what we'll first do is probably go ahead and just get the master rebuilt, just to have it done. I'm gonna need one specific tool, which is the fancy split ring pliers. One of those. Gonna need one of these. All right, put this over here for now. Got this. So we're going to first off peek in here and make sure everything looks good, and it does. I'm going to grab a pick of some sort and just get in here and make sure there's a land in here where a rubber boot will sit. We just want to make sure that that's nice and clean. I'll probably just blow this out with a little compressed air. Okay, so lay rebuild kit for this guy. So this is all the parts for that. So what this is the piston that gets actuated by the brake handle. So when this is actually on here like that, this work right side, so it's like that. This actuates this piston, which pushes brake fluid down the lines and eventually actuates these. What we're going to do is grab a little bit of brake fluid. And lube that up. Oh, get a little more. There we go. A little bit of that in there for lubing. And we'll lube up the gaskets so that everything is happy. And then what happens is this guy goes on here. Like that. This goes in there. And that's the actual plunger. This is the secondary plunger that's going to go in there. You push that down, and that's what goes in there. And then there is a lock that holds it all in place. Yeah. Now, for some reason, I feel like I'm missing a washer. Is there a washer missing for this? Let me look. I feel like I'm missing a washer. You find the old bits. That's the other one. Let's see here. Yep, there she is. The rebuild kit did not come with a washer. There it is. Alright, so let's I think that'll probably be fine. I'd like to maybe just hit this on the wheel for a second if you guys want to come for a walk. Gonna take the rust off of this real quick. Ricky's like, oh, I got to come outside. Good boy, Rick. Just so it doesn't have a tendency to rust too fast. It'll be inside of a boot that holds everything together, but still I just wanted to make sure that it didn't rust. So then there's this rubber thing, which of course came looking like crap, so I'll just grab a little grease and maybe coat that up just so it doesn't get covered with dust too easy. I mean, it's the opposite of what it typically would do. Grease will attract dust, but at least this will keep it from getting cracked or anything like that. Alright, so the idea being, we take this here snap ring, and these here snap ring pliers. Yeah. I do read chat, Shaz. I just, you know, I have to kind of pay attention to what I'm doing sometimes, and I will reach you. I'll come over and check you guys out. You know I love you. Just trying to, you know, this is kind of a, you know, gotta keep my eyes on this. I know it's not an excuse. You don't want to hear none of these fucking bullshit excuses. I get you. Alright, let's see if I can get this down in here. This can be kind of a pain in the ass. I'm actually probably going to just use some sort of a tool to push it down. Let me grab a tool of some sort. A lot of these operations, it's almost like you need 3 hands. I see you, Shaz. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not talking very loudly, I know that. Alright, so that is popped in there. Let me just make sure that the snap ring is all in place. Snapped in where it needs to be. That looks good. So that's the plunger that will push air out of here. That's where the brake hose attaches to here. So I don't know if you can hear this. If I push this out, let's put it up by the camera. So I put a little pressure on it and a little thump. And then the little cap goes on here, or the rubber boot, to keep everything nice and dry. Once again, just kind of making sure everything is going home where it needs to be. Awesome, thanks, Els. Hey, Shadow, what's up, buddy? And then brake handle. There's bound to be some parts for that around here somewhere. Let's see. The hugest issues with motorcycle building is fucking keeping all your parts together, and it can be kind of a challenge, especially when you're not as well organized as you could be, and that would be the case with my face. I mean, I had these. What did I do with them? Oh, hey, it's in here. It helps if you put them back where they were, which is what I did. So this is the part that holds the handle on. Not a bad idea to put a little grease on that as well. Lube everything. Lube all the things. Can't find the hole. Can't find the hole. There's a little switch. This electric switch right here, which hooks into some wires out of the gauge cluster, and this is what actually actuates your brake lights. So when you turn on your brakes, this little nubbin right here pushes against that switch, and that's what turns your brake lights on. Don't you want to go in your home? There we go. And then this has kind of like a double protection on it. It screws into the bottom of the housing, and then it has a lock nut that goes on the bottom as well, because you don't want your brake lever to fly off. Nice, Shadow. So crank that down. You put your locking bolt on there. Lock that down, and then that is your brake. Now, I got a towel. Clean towel. So this guy goes up on the handlebars. So we just have to find this and these guys. These are the bracket and screws that hold that in place. Put that down a little bit. Make sure the threads are clean on these so you don't maul it up. I believe this is yep, that'd be the one. Alright, so tools. So this comes up here. And Goes up here like that. Oh man, there's condensation on the inside of that gauge cluster. Might have to take that apart and seal it. I mean, it'll burn off, but it's around the right way. It's always kind of a hassle when you come out in the morning and you got condensation all over everything. I hate that. Alright, so screws here. Just kind of get them started. Grab a tool. I might have to adjust this later. Okay, there's a little dot here on top. I think that actually might be where it's supposed to be centered. Is that the case? It might be. I'll just put it right there for now. And we can always adjust the level of that later. The nice thing about the hydraulic system brakes is that you don't really have to worry about cable routing, which is a big factor when you're dealing with cable actuated brakes. You just want to have this on here so that this is nice and level, because you want your brake fluid to sit in there nicely. And then I guess realistically you can just kind of like see, I mean, that's kind of a good feel. I mean, I don't know if I'm here. Yeah, that's a nice position for it. So this is something that vexes me. This is the on-off for the engine. So, you know, it's when it's off and you turn it on to start, there's usually a little nubbin right here, so you can, and it's snapped off. And I have to determine whether or not, because that's not a replaceable piece, I have to determine whether or not I want to deal with it like this, or if I want to buy an entirely new control arm, which, you know, it's like, it's a hassle. Not even a hassle. It's just, you know, it's not perfect. And it's the difference between, you know, just letting it go or spending another 80 bucks or whatever. All right, so we can plug in the little switch that I was talking about earlier that controls the brake light. Plug that in so we don't forget to do it later. There we go. So the brake hose is going to come off of here, and then it's going to come down to a triple tree that lives down here, which lives over here. So before we do that, I'm going to check in on you guys. Everybody still good? Cool. There's a cover for the fuse box, which I replaced. And that goes in here. This is the fuse box right there. I replaced that because it was malfunctioning, and now it works, which makes me very happy. Let's see if I can remember how this goes on. Can't remember if there's a clip, or how does this work? There are some clips and they go right there. Okay, cool. So here's that. This goes up here. No clips on the top except for this one. Hangs up there. I might have to actually take the headlight bucket off for a quick sec. I don't have the right Allen wrench in my hand, but I can just pull it out. It's actually not threaded in. There's little capture nuts on the inside that you have to open the headlight cluster up to actually get to. But I just wanted to have it in place so it wouldn't get lost. And you want to know what? I know for a fact that the other bolt for that is right here. It fell out when I moved the bike. And that would have been a hassle to find. That's a weird bolt. Alright, so like I was saying, pull this guy up and out of the way a little bit. And there's a little ridge up in here where this will lock into, I believe. Let's see it. There it is. It's right in here. And then that goes in there. Let's see if I can't pop that up in there. You see it. This is scintillating, I know. All right, that's locked in there. And then there's just little locking tabs that pop onto this wire hanger. And let me find that. There we go. So that's locked in place. And then the next step would be to get the horn assembly, which is right here. The screws for that are in it. And these are 10mm. I'm sorry, Ari. Yeah, I know. I just got a little bit ahead of myself and was like, I'm just gonna do it. If you had been in a Discord vampiring with the rest of them, you would know. Not that that's your fault. Alright, so the horn system. Actually, I can probably pop those screws back into this headlight bucket to keep it up out of the way. Because we are going to be doing quite a bit of work down here. And the fact is, a bunch of this is going to end up having to come back apart again, because like these ears, I'm going to need to take this entire front end apart to redo the forks, and I'll be painting the bike, so the front fender is going to have to come up and off and what have you. And then at that point I can do detail work like refinishing the front wheel and all that good stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of things when it comes down to doing the entire rebuild. At this point, we're just basically trying to get it to the point where we can verify that the bike's going to be viable and run. And at that point, we can worry about coming back through and doing the cosmetic stuff to make it look beautiful. But right now, I'm just screwing the horn assembly back in, which I think goes on the top, right? Yeah. Sits in there like that. So that's where those live. Alright, that screw's going. Get this one going. Down here. That's threading. Grab a wrench. Do I have my little ratcheting 10mm? Because that would be super awesome. Yeah! These little ratcheting 10mm wrenches or just any ratcheting wrenches. Nice. Just makes your life a lot easier. So how is everybody doing today? I haven't talked to several of you since last night. Let's get that in most of the way. Alright, so that's there. So this is the brake hose for the rear, or the left side brake caliper. The right side is off because you need to take it off to remove, to get everything off. This guy right here. So we'll probably go ahead and put that back on now. This is the top, and the bolt for that is, let's see, how long are you? I've got two. This is yet another one of those situations where I should have bagged these up probably a little bit better. But there's only two options. I'm pretty sure it's the shorter of the two. Clean that up right quick. Maybe not though. Maybe not. Oh, you were running errands? What did you do? So the question is, there's two different bolts here. These are both banjo bolts. Oh, this one has a double. Does that go all the way in there? Is this one the one that goes in there? No, because it's going to come from here. What are you? This is going to go here. Did you hear that? Okay. This is the one that goes to here. And it's going to go to here, I believe. Now, these all have washers on them that are only supposed to be one-time use. And I have some. I actually want to grind that real quick. Hi, Rick. How you doing, little papa? How's it going, buddy? What are you doing? Do you want to come outside for a minute? You want to come out? No? Okay. He just wants to chill. And I just want to make sure that this doesn't have any shit in it. Alright, so the keep our shit together here. We'll clean this up. Won't be needing this again. And the washers that come with these, like I said, they're supposed to be one-time use. I picked up some washers a while back, but I'm not entirely sure if they're gonna suit this particular application. All of the washers that are on here don't even really seem to be collapse washers. They're all stainless. So I don't know if somebody rebuilt it or if these are the originals. It's very odd because I picked up some copper washers that are, you know, something that would collapse and seal pretty easily. They're very close in size. The interior is almost perfect. The exterior seems a little different, but I might give it a shot and just see how they work. See how they look. I mean, they seem like they're fine. I'm gonna clean this off too. Basically just blowing any water or crap out of it so that when we go to bleed the system, not going to run into any issues. So in theory this would have one on either side. So when you put it together, this, not sure if I'm actually correct. Yeah, there's one on either side, so put this guy goes through here, and then another one on the back side, and that screws into here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, that's a 12. I'm having a little bit of an issue remembering how this routes. So as we go, I'm gonna figure it out because my brain is failing me. Always take pictures of what you're doing, because things like this will happen where you'll forget what the fuck you were doing, and hopefully you can come up with a plan. Because, I mean, obviously there are a couple of friggin' parts on these goddamn things. So where does this go? This guy goes to... Where do you go? What am I missing? Where does that go? Because one cable is going to come up, or one, in my brain, this had two sides on it, and I guess it does just go to there. Yeah, that's the case. Okay, so this is just going to go over to here, and if I can figure out how it routes there. No, because that comes through. Oh, hold on. Brain, using brain, trying to use brain. Where does this one go? This one goes down and around, down and around to there. So, oh, do they go together? Like, is it a, that's why this one's so long. Yeah, I think they actually, yeah, they both go to the same area, and then that long bolt goes through it. It's coming back to me. Now if I can just figure out how it was routed. This hose has to go over to here, but it can't necessarily be, and I guess it could be there. How do you get there? It has to go to that hole, so it must come on the inside to save it a little bit of space. Cable and hose routing is huge on these damn things. Let me actually see if I have a picture of it. I'm gonna look at my phone right quick. Yes, I need brains. Let's see. So we'll do this, and we'll go over here. Let's see if there are any good pictures of it. It would be the left side. Now, you know what I'll do? I'll just grab the manual, and that'll be that's probably the best plan, because yeah, it's meception. Let me grab the manual, and we'll thumb through that, the two of us, or the however many of us. Hey, Poopa. All right. Le manuel. Let's see here. Hydraulic brakes. Alright, so brake lever, blah blah blah, brake hose, inspection, pivot bolt. I mean, we could probably move backwards and see what that looks like. I know that this is the bottom portion, so this attaches to this down here, and then it's going to come up on the outside of here to here. So basically we just need to figure out how this gets over here, when in fact it doesn't really even seem long enough. What am I doing? It turns that way. It's got to get over there somehow. It's got to get to here. So, I mean, theoretically it reaches. Yeah, I guess it does. Pardon me. Let's just take a look at it real quick and see how it fits over there. Yes, that is something that you really have to pay attention to, Owen, because not so much as with cable actuated brakes, because when you turn cable brakes, you can tighten up the system. The only real danger that you have with hydraulics is if it's super tight and somehow you manage to end up kinking the hose. Obviously you could have an issue there, but I don't think there's a lot of different options in terms of the way it can route. Question is there stuff coming out of this end? I just blew myself in the face. That was good stuff. Just trying to make sure that this hose is actually clear. There is air coming out the other side, which is good. So this was the bolt in question with all of its used washers, which once again just don't even seem like crush washers to me. But we will use crush washers because that's what's supposed to be used, so yeah. I'm just checking the threads on this to make sure it's good, and then we want to check this as well. Make sure it's clear. Apparently. Half the time I'm glad that I wear glasses because I would be shooting stuff in my face all the time. I would help Kim blow up balloons. I got no problem with that. She didn't ask me. She didn't fly me out to Kentucky where she lives. So we got one here. And then there's going to be... This guy's going to go on here. Well, we'll check the angle of the dangle when we get over there. So I'm assuming it's like that. Yeah. Like that. So, and then what you can check is, as you can see, this has holes in it, so when the fluid comes through, it's going to be pushing through two different directions. You just want to make sure that this hose lines up with that hole, and it does appear to. So then we drop one of these guys on here, drop the other one on the ground. Actually, that's it. We only need 1, 2, no, and then there's this one. So this goes through here like that, and then that goes on there like that. Once again, let's check the check where that's landing. It looks pretty good. So all those guys go down here. I'm actually feeling like that might go underneath. Let's go through here. Let's try that. I'm just not feeling like it's got enough. It almost feels like it needs to go through here. But that doesn't really make any sense either. It's very odd. How do you get around there? Actually, this hose... You get out of the way, you. Is that how you get in there? I mean, it almost feels like it has to go in from the bottom. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's the opposite way around. Maybe this goes like this through here first. And then this part goes on. That might actually be the case, because that would allow me to move this like that, and then this goes here. That makes more sense. Sure does. Alright, so now if I can just angle it in there properly. This, I'm gonna have to repair those eventually. So this goes like that. This is difficult. Oh, you're so annoying. Get out of my face. Hide back here. You know what? I need my chair so I can what is that? A really big what? A leggin? What's a leggin? I'm not entirely sure I even know what that word is. Let's see. That goes there. We know that's where that lives. So, oh, it does need to go on the interior though, yeah. Let's do this. And then bring this in like that. Do you go through? Well, we're going to try one more thing. We're going to try is putting it on the inside of the fork, just to see if that makes any difference in the ability to route it. It's kind of a weird one, you know. Sometimes you just gotta trial and error. I mean, there is only one way that it'll really properly function. It's just a matter of figuring out what that is. See, that's not gonna work. What about, oh, down through here? How about this is it? So we go down through here. That. Is that it? And then this comes in like that. Is that a possibility? Thinking that actually might be it. So, what to do is kind of just pull this out of the way. And then we're going to place this guy up in there. This inside washer is kind of a difficult one to get up in there without. So that one goes there. This guy comes back through here. Like that. Here, over the top of that, then up into here, and then this comes in through here, goes through there, and into the hole, That's not quite right. Oh no. Get on there. There's little washers trying to escape. Get on there. Once again, sorry I'm not being more chatty. This stuff just kind of requires a little bit of concentration. Get a wrench. I would like my little ratchety version of this, if it's available. There we go. That way I can put some pressure on it and see if I can find the threads. Not quite yet. Do you want to find it? Go in your hole. Go in your hole. Like your oh shit. All right, we're gonna pull this out a little bit and reposition this washer. Oop. There it is. I do believe we have the right routing though, so it's just a matter of getting it to do what we want it to do. And we could be here all day. It would not be the first time that we get just trying to get something to go where it needs to go. It can be challenging as hell. So I'm trying to find the point where that threads in. I mean, it probably would have been easier to do. You know what? In fact, let's do this. There's a much easier way to do this. Let's Oh, Legos. That's what you said. Yes, bikes are Legos. It's true. I was entirely confused by what you were saying. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to remove this horn assembly, which actually has the it's a weird little design. The hose bracket has the brake line manifold going right through it. Let's do this. Let's bring over a little holder for said screws and such. Because what this will do, this will allow me to get it from a much easier angle. So now I can actually see it a little easier. I know that I have the washer on there, in theory. Let's see if I can't get it to thread in there. Come on, baby. It really doesn't want to do it. Oh, it's so close. Alright, let's just see why it is that that doesn't want to go in there. Make sure this isn't stripped or anything. It doesn't appear to be. I'm going to take this inside real quick and just hit it with the wheel just to make sure that it's not stripped or anything. Not stripped, but make sure there's nothing that's marring it. Just trying to make our job as easy as possible. Hi, Ricky. How you doing, Bubba? You doing okay? What's the matter? What are you doing, Papa? He's a good boy. What are you doing? Do you want a Snicky? You go. All right. Do. All right, so got this guy. That and that. with me. Why won't you go in there? It just does not want to go up in there. Thought I had it. I think I might have it, but it's aluminum and I don't want to cross thread it. So it's always, buy tools. It's always better to just pull it out and pull it out and try it, and just maybe see if I can be more comfortable with the seating, because if you cross thread that, then basically you're buying new parts, and we are trying to avoid that if possible. Stop it. Sit there. Sit there. It just doesn't even seem to be seating. Can't really tell if it is or not. It really doesn't feel like it. Let's do this. Let's take all this off of here, and we're going to see if we can make just the bolt seat, because if there's an issue with the threading in there, we might want to just get in there with a tap and make sure that nothing's wrong. Hi. I guess I could do it this way. I forgot I had this whole thing disconnected. Put this where you can see it. It's going in. Okay. So let's try this again. One of these. You know what might actually be easier? Although a little more confusing. Let's do this. Check it in. Yeah, I mean they're cheap gloves, but they are chemical resistant, which is nice. I'm gonna pull this end off, and we're going to work back from there, because that way I don't have to worry about the routing. Leave this here. Okay, so I need that. Okay, so let's eye this up. Eye this up and see what we're doing. So this is the bolt that's going through here and down to there. So that's where it lives. We need one washer here, and then this guy's gonna go here, and nope, this guy. This guy's the top one. So this comes down like that. So it's going to want to go in like this. Bad angle. Like that. Or at least that's the concept. This one goes from here and it goes down to there. Question being, I think it goes like that. Okay, so that being said, that goes there. Greasy. I had a greasy volt in my mouth. Disgusting.